Mount St. Helens. For billions of years, volcanoes have existed on this earth, but one is truly phenomenal. That volcano is known as Mount St. Helens. Mount St. Helens originated as a perfect picture you might see on a postcard. Existing for 4,000 years, Mount St. Helens has some amazing history. Join me as we study the volcano known as Mount St. Helens. I have prepared some footage of Mount St. Helens today. While you watch this footage, I will explain the history of Mount St. Helens and how it impacted the people around it. Mount St. Helens originated as such a beautiful paradise where you could go fishing and hunting and spend time with the family, maybe have a picnic. It was such an amazing place to hold a vacation, with many streams and beautiful weather. The only problem? Volcanoes. Mount St. Helens was named in 1972 after the Spanish ambassador of that time, Baron St. Helens. Mount St. Helens has erupted more frequently than any other volcano in the Cascade Range, which is in Washington State. After being dormant for 123 years, it erupted without warning on March 27, 1980, at 12:36 p.m. From there on, Mount St. Helens stayed active and had constant eruptions until 1985. Then, Mount St. Helens eruptions returned in 2004, and like years before, it erupted constantly until 2008. 3,600 years ago, Mount St. Helens erupted. The eruption was 4 times more powerful than the one that we all know. On March 27, 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted after being dormant for 123 years. Many scientists believe this was a sign for what might be a much worse eruption, so a few scientists were sent to investigate the area for several weeks. What was very interesting was a bulge started to grow on the side of the volcano. It was growing 5 feet a day, and they weren't quite sure what it was, but after some investigation, they figured out what it was. A large mass of rock covered the crater. It was thought that the lava would push through, and the rock was like a cork on a champagne bottle. But the lava traveled through the side of the volcano and formed the bulge. And then the most unexpected thing happened. Within minutes, the bulge exploded, shooting the lava out the side. The explosion also caused what might be the most dangerous landslide ever. It was one of the worst eruptions I've ever seen. And bad it was. The eruption killed 57 people, thousands of plants and animals destroyed, 27 bridges, 200 houses, and stranded 31 ships. The eruption from this once peaceful composite volcano was the most economically destructive in U.S. history. But the danger zone was only between 15 to 20 miles away from the crater. But 53 people were killed more than 30 miles away from the crater. This eruption was much worse than once thought. It's really interesting how it happened. Imagine you put a balloon inside of a cake. Well, as you start to pump it up with air, the cake changes shape and form until it explodes and becomes a lot smaller. Well, the bulge was like the balloon, the magma like the air, and the volcano like the cake. As you can see, these are the pictures of people who died outside of the danger zone. After the eruption, Mount St. Helens shrunk 1,300 feet. The original prominence of the volcano was 5,917 feet. It is now 4,605 feet. The eruption was like the power of 100 Hiroshima bombs. We could tell that the eruption would happen, though. because between those two eruptions in 1980, 10,000 small earthquakes shook the area. When the bulge exploded, tons of ash and smoke exploded violently out the side. After the eruption, a column of ash and gas rose 15 miles in 15 minutes. Because of the wind, it traveled the US in 3 days and the world in 15 days. The eruption blew 520 million tons of ash into the air. Part of the reason why Mount St. Helens is as famous as it is that if you look at this part of the video, the bulge erupted, making the lava come out from the side. Now normally, lava erupts from the top of the volcano as shown. But since coming out the side, it shooted a lot faster and only covered the north side of the volcanoes. This eruption was truly amazing, but could an even worse eruption happen in the near future? Only time will tell. Mount St. Helens was truly one of the most amazing volcanoes ever, but it's not the only amazing volcano. More studies will lead us to great knowledge about the Earth.
Today, we learned about the amazing volcano known as Mount St. Helens. The eruption was truly amazing, yet destructive. Thank you for being here for the documentary of the once peaceful, now powerful Mount St. Helens. I'm Benjamin Gossett, and I approve this message.
Practice, go me moo me moo me moo me moo me moo. Okay. Now say, Susie sells seashells by the seashore.
Susie sells seashells by the seashore. Thank you for being here today for the documentary of the volcano known as Mount St. Helens. The eruption was truly amazing yet destructive. The eruption was truly amazing yet destructive. Thank you for being here for the documentary of this once peaceful, now powerful Mount St. Helens. I'm Benjamin Gossett, and I approve this message. Me moo me moo me moo me moo me moo me moo. Ha wa wa wa. Today, we learned about the amazing volcano known as Mount St. Helens. The eruption was truly amazing, yet destructive. Thank you for being here today for the documentary of this once peaceful, now powerful volcano known as Mount St. Helens. I'm Benjamin Gossett, and I approve this message.